Physical development of adolescence. The physical development consists of hormonal change, the adolescent's brain, and physical and mental health. So before we proceed, let's first tackle what is puberty. Puberty is the time in life when a boy or girl becomes sexually mature. It causes physical changes and affects boys and girls differently. For girls, the first sign of puberty is the breast development. Then, the hair grows in the public area and armpits. Lastly is the menstruation, or what we call the period. For boys, puberty usually begins with the testicles and penis getting bigger. Then hair grows in the public area and armpits. Muscle grow, the voice deepens, the facial hair develops, and puberty continues. Both boys and girls may get acne. They also usually have a growth spurt, a rapid increase in height that lasts for about 2 or 3 years. This brings them closer to their adult height, which they reach after puberty. The question is, what are the consequences of the timing of puberty? So, for an early maturing girls, they may feel unpopular, withdrawn, low confidence, more deviant behavior, negative body image, and more long-term problems. However, for an early maturing boys, they likely to feel more popular, confident, independent, and positive body image. Moreover, for a late maturing girls, they feel more popular, sociable, lively, school leaders, and body positivity. And for late maturing boys, they feel more unpopular, anxious, talkative, attention-seeking, and negative body image. As what I have mentioned earlier, the physical development of adolescence begins with hormonal change. So for now, let us first tackle the hormonal change for women. Estrogens are a group of hormones that plays an important role in the normal sexual and reproductive development in women. They are also sex hormones. The woman's ovaries makes most estrogen hormones, although the adrenal glands and fat cells also make small amounts of the hormones. In addition to regulating the menstrual cycle, estrogen affects the reproductive tract, the urinary tract, the heart and blood vessels, the bones, the breast, skin, hair, mucous membranes, pelvic muscles, and the brain. Secondary sexual characteristics such as pubic and armpit hair also start to grow when estrogen levels rise. Many organ systems, including the musculoskeletal and cardiovascular system and the brain, are affected by estrogen. Next, for men, androgens are a group of hormones that play a role in male traits and reproductive activity, present in both male and females. The principal androgens are testosterone and androstenedione. They are, of course, present in a much higher level in men than women and play an important role in male traits. Other androgens include DHT, DHEA, and DHEAS. Physical attractiveness or body image. Your body image is how you perceive, think, and feel about your body. This can include your body size, shape, weight, height, and individual body parts. Your body image may not be directly related to your actual appearance. For example, a person may think and feel that their body is a much larger or smaller than it is. And for girls, most girls became conscious to their body and wants to be more smaller or thinner depending on individuals' body references, because In that way, they feel more sexy and confident. However, other girls prefer to have an hourglass figure or plus size depending on our body type. However, sometimes women's body references are mostly affected and pressure and society standard and social media. We must remember that we are all beautiful in all shapes and sizes. Moreover, for the boys, most of them wants to look bigger or most of them wants to look muscular. That's why we could see a lot of people going to the gym and training hard because in that way they feel more strong and confident for themselves. Adolescents in fitting with peer prefer similar level of physical maturity. They most likely to be in a group of friends they can vibe with, which they could feel acceptance or belongingness, as well as maybe this group of friends understand them for having the same mentality as them. By that, they could create or do things together that gives them a lot of fun or enjoyment.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Develoment Castro from BP Ed 2A. To continue the report about adolescence, specifically physical development, let's proceed to the timing and sign of puberty. So, when we talk about puberty, it is a condition of being or in a period of becoming first capable of reproducing sexual that is brought on by productive or sex hormones and the maturing of reproductive organs. Puberty, dire magmatured ang mga organs. It means maturing of organs such as ovaries for girls and testes for boys. On the other hand, puberty is a development of a secondary sex characteristic. When does puberty begins? So, in sa atong edad na ang puberty magsugod for girls at the age of 9 to 13 years old. So dira nga mga stage magsugod yun ang puberty. Like for girls, you will be experiencing menstruation as what I've said earlier, but we can ato na siyang matackled as we go along. Okay, for boys, on the other hand, for boys, 10 to 11 years old. So, kini siya nga mga age, dira for boys, magdevelop pud ilahang puberty dere. So, okay. But there's a lot of kini information if you can look at in a Google. There are a lot of information na ay na ay kaning reference nga lahi na ay uban nga magsugod daw ang ang puberty sa girls is kining kanang 12 to 16, sa boys kay 12 to 13 ingana. But to sum it up, as what I've researched, so girl begins their puberty during their 9th to 13th years old. For the boys, 10 to 11 or approximately 12 diha. So let's proceed. So what is the sign of puberty? So the sign of puberty for girls means, as what I've said earlier, menstruation is first gina siya. Okay? For menstruation or menarche or kining produce og white blood cells ingana naana mukuan na produce na siya mga ingana and menstruation ingana. I know kining it is natural sa mga girls na makaagi gid menstruation since we are developing. It is a must na maka-experience jud dapat ang mga girls ana It is essential for us to experience. So for the boys, the sign of puberty is magkaroon na sila og kining natawag na ejaculation or sperma key. So what does it mean? So it means but before that, let's define first the menarche. So unsay kalahian nila sa sperma key, sa ejaculation. So sa menarche, it is the beginning of menstruational function. So before ka mag-mens, maka-experience ka ani like white blood cells kani nga na magawas ng white blood cells nga thick kala siya nga blood fluid nga na, and which is normal na siya before ka mag-mens. So on the other hand, ang ejaculations is a sudden discharging of a fluid from a duct. So kini siya is for the boys, it is natural pala to experience like this. Kung ang babae ginadugo, ang lalaki po di ay but dili pareha sa girls nga kanang kuan gyud over kaayo like kining maabtan gyud 3 days nga magawas gyud as in kining flow gyud kaayo nga blood gyud ang magawas like na. Pero sa boys is kanang slightly lang siya, wag dili lang siya maklaro nga naa di ay pero naa gyud sila like ingana ang sa boys ginatawag na siya og ejaculation or sperma key. So kung magkaroon na kay ingana, it means you are developing or you are into puberty stage. Ikaw ay ganap na dalaga or ulitawo na if you experience like this. So okay, let's proceed to the sequence of puberty and sexual maturity. So we have the primary and the secondary. So first I will introduce to you the primary sequence of puberty and sexual maturity. So for female, so we have here in column 1 na ata diri characteristic, and on the other hand apoy age of first appearance. So ang for female, so growth of breast or kining diri na ma-develop ang kining breast sa girl. So at the age of around 6 to 13 years old. Next we have body growth kining physical figure niya is mo si girls for female mani ang physical figure niya is kini mo shape na as perfectly body statistic is perfect. So at the age of kini siya is development pa lang ni siya, dili gid kay ingon na develop pa lang nag-start ang puberty. Kini 6 to 14. Ang menarche is 9 to 14. 9 to 15 ingana nga mga edad. Next, we have the appearance of the growth of pubic hair na around 10 to 17 years old. Dayon, appearance of underarm hair is about 2 years after appearance of pubic hair. So mag-una di ay og kining ang growth sa pubic hair after the ayon is ang underarm hair. Okay. Next, increased output of oil and sweat producing glands. So kini it is about the same time appearance of underarm hair. So magsabay-sabay na sila no sa pag-growth of underarm hair. So if you experience like this, like sweating or oily imong face, you sweat imong underarms, then kanang ka-experience of kaning physical figure changes, no, it's okay because it's natural. So no need to worry about it. Just embrace it because you're luckily enough to experience like this. Okay, part na siya sa atong life. So, part na siya sa atong life. Okay? So, okay, let's proceed to the male. For male, kato siya is for female. So, this time, for male, we have characteristic and age of first appearance. Kini, magsugod ng puberty, characteristic, growth of testes or scrotal sac. So, sa private part sa lalaki, kanang mudako na sila at the age of around 9 to 14. Ingana nga mga age. Growth of pubic hair, around 12 to 16. Body growth. So, managko ng mga muscles, mga bicep, ilang upper, lower core, and the abs. So, around 10 to 16 years old. So, growth of penis. So, it is natural di ay na gagrowth yun ang penis around 11 to 15 years old. Then, change in voice. About the same time of growth of penis. So, parihara ni sila around 17 to 15. Inga na, kabantay mong gahusky na ilang voice, like ulitawo na yun, nga mag-change ilang voice. It's natural, dili na din na sila nagpa-as-if nga nga na ilang voice. It comes naturally. So first ejaculation of semen are about 2 years after appearance, semen, about 1 year after beginning of growth of penis. So after 1 year na produce na yun od ejaculation and semen. That's what I discussed earlier on sa ejaculation. It is a beginning of development as a adolescence. So, appearance of facial and underarm hair, about 2 years after appearance of pubic hair. Then, increased output of oil and sweat-producing glands. So next, we have increased output of oil and sweat-producing glands about the same time appearance of the underarm hair. So, sabay-sabay lang sila. Around kining 2 years after the appearance of pubic hair. So, kini siya, it is naturally come out. Kining dili mapugnan ang pagsingot because of the because of the hormones and glands go work as part of the development as an adolescence. Okay, let's move on to the secondary sequence of puberty and sexual maturity. So we have the girls and boys. So girls, we have breast, dayon pubic hair, dayon underarm hair or axillary hair. Change in voice. So dili lang di ay ang mga boys ang change of voice, but at the same time girls too the change po dilang atong voice. Ahimog dalaga, mahinhim, change in skin, either kuan ka kay dalaga na mo puti-puti na mo hayag-hayag ingana. Then increased width and depth of pelvis. So dako imong during a part sa lower core nimo, lower extremities. Then muscular development. Dili lang sa it's not kining sa boys lang mahitabo ang muscular development, but mahitabo po siya sa girls, depende sa imong body figure asa mo tubo ang muscle. Then on the other hand, we have boys, the pubic hair, underarm hair also. Ang naka-disadvantage between sa girls and kining boys about kining having a axillary hair or underarm hair. Ang girls kining need jud nato no nga kining atong i-pluck or atong i-shave para makagain kag confidence. But at the same time, it is okay for you nara sa imo ha, if your decision nga dili ka mag-shave, it's okay. It's about for you. Pero sa uban kini gina-shave yun para hinlo ingana. Dayon ang lalaki pwede ra kayo nila nga dili sila mag-shave kay laki sila brag okay ra sa ila tan-awon na naikuan, pero sa pag-abot sa bae brag bakikaw siya. Then mao lang sad na ang disadvantage and advantage. Then muscular development. So kining muscular development kining sa mga boys, specific gid na nila nga muscle is nga mo build up is dere sa ilang bicep ni na ilang bagtak ing ana. Dayon facial hair, mga ilang bangas. So there are girls too nga kanang kuan sila balibuon ilang dare, but not jud pareha sa boys nga darken jud kay ilang dare. Then naapoy boys nga they gonna shave the hair sa ilang face, naapoy uban nga dili, let it be lang sila. Then change in voice. So kini siya is kining common yun kini siya nga basta mag-change na gali ang voice sa lalaki ay ulitawon na nanagid siya sa stage of adolescence, ulitawon na. Then change in skin. Same sila sa girls. They have then the change of skin. Dayon broadening out of shoulders, kanang mo broad mo dako ilahang diri upper extremities sa mga boys, mo dako ilahang muscles, since mo dako ilang muscles mo dako pud ilahang shoulders. Then so that ends our report. To sum it up, it is really important for us to learn the adolescent stage, specifically in physical development. So nganong importante man siya nga tun-an sa atohang subject in Eduk 50. It is because as a future educator, while we are kining for example na ata sa scene nga atong estudyante is naka-experience og kaning sign of kining puberty. So therefore we can relate to we can relate sa ilaha na, and we can say na it's okay na magka-experience kaging ana. There's nothing wrong with that because it is important as a human to experience like that, like menstruation for example. Makasabot ta sa ilaha sa itong mga estudyante why they experiencing like that. So that ends our report. I hope you get something important lessons and knowledge. Thank you for listening. God bless and stay safe everyone.